Hey everybody, Seeley here. Today we're going to do a review on the Feiyu SCORP Mini Gimbal. Now this gimbal was sent out to me. This is not a sponsored video. They did send it out for me to use, to review, and to give some feedback on what our thoughts were. So here you see a iPhone connected to the gimbal. I did try to connect my R5 and my R6 with some RF lenses, and I felt that it was just a little bit too heavy, and the gimbal just didn't seem like it was. Well, I have no idea what my friend is doing here. That's horrible. There are a lot of good uses for this gimbal. It's great for behind the scenes. If you're using the gimbal and you want to show your photo setup, it's great for capturing those behind the scenes shots. If you just had your phone, it's a little bit more difficult to get certain angles. This is the gimbal in selfie mode, and then I wish I could explain why my friend is sounding like that. I don't have a reason. This is the Asian kimchi squats. So this shows kind of the evenness of the footage as I'm walking to and from. Nice thing about using your phone is, phones have increased the quality a ton since way back in the day.
Hola, compa.
The weather is perfect. The forecast for today is a lot of good shots.
We are in the Las Vegas desert.
Is that from Feiyu Tech? But how does it compare to the iPhone 14 Pro Max with action mode? Do you really need a gimbal? Ooh, panning. How's that tracking? It's pretty smooth. Smooth on my side.
Smooth on my side too. Ready? Run. I'm not running.
You want to run? I'll record you run.
I did not run.
So first day in Vegas, second shoot so far. I already liked so much the shots that I like that the trip was already worth it, and we're not even 10% into what we're actually going to be doing here in Vegas, so I'm excited. Stay tuned.
This shows some behind the scenes footage that we used with an R6 with a 1635. Now, if you have ever used that lens, you know that at the 16mm side, there's tons of wobble. And the wobble using handheld is, it's kind of a pain in the butt. It kind of makes me a little bit dizzy to watch the footage, to be honest. So if you're doing behind the scenes and you're using a very expensive camera, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be the best footage. Here, I'm going to show you how to set it up and how to balance it. With using a phone, because it's so lightweight, it's pretty easy to use. Once you put in the iPhone adapter, it slides in pretty easy. And then you adjust the X, Y, and Z angles. I'd say without having to use any instructions, I was able to get it balanced within probably 2 or 3 minutes. So it's a fairly pretty easy process. And then the nice thing about this gimbal is it does have an auto calibration tool where you just press a few buttons and it automatically calibrates for you. If you press a button on the side, you can adjust it 3 different angles: up, down, left, right, and then rotation. What you see me doing here is trying to set the exposure, trying to lock in the exposure. And although there is a way for you to mount the gimbal vertically, I just wanted to test if it would work rotating the camera vertically without having to change the actual phone mount. And this shows you what the footage looks like. I will say that this is definitely not the way that it's supposed to be used, but I didn't want to take the few extra minutes to take the iPhone mount off and to put on the appropriate vertical mount on it. It honestly would have only taken a few minutes, but I wanted to try to show what the footage looked like. Now, as overall, is this something that I would recommend for a heavier camera? A camera that costs you a couple $1,000 with a lens that costs you a couple $1,000? To be honest, it's not something that I would put 100% faith into. I do have the Zoom Crane, which is a lot more heavy duty. It's a lot more sturdier, and the capacity, the load on it's a lot more. I would definitely use this for an iPhone. And as you saw from the footage before, the behind the scenes footage with the iPhone is really, really solid. You can get some incredible footage. Now, it's not going to be the same quality, obviously, as your more expensive camera, but for behind the scenes, it works really well. But overall, you know, if you're looking for something for behind the scenes, if you're looking for something to document or just to vlog around with your phone so you don't have to carry around a lot of gear, it's something that works really well for the cost. If you don't have the newest iPhone that has the auto stabilization function, then this, you know, it's a cheaper way to get some really smooth footage. Hope you found some value in this video, and if you did, leave a comment, leave a like, and let me know if there's anything else that you'd like us to check out. Until next time, see you later.